So if you're an altcoin investor, you are feeling the pain right now. Altcoins are getting squeezed. Bitcoin is also crashing, and it's due to a lot of events that are taking place in the crypto markets, as well as what's going on with Bitcoin dominance, that total 2 chart. We've been keeping up with it on this YouTube channel, guys. I've been sharing all of this, and we kind of predicted what was happening. And right now, I want to talk about exactly the sentiment that's taking place, specific indicators you need to be keeping up with that's going to tell you what's going on with Bitcoin and altcoins, as well as overall the sentiment as to what you need to be doing. Honestly, buying the dip right now is super key. But if you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey since 2023, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated around specific indicators and charts around Bitcoin, altcoins, just so you can understand how liquidity shifts in the market. And I give you guys my predictions and the overall sentiment of the crypto markets so that you guys can have that next leg up and allocate and position yourselves correctly. Right now, altcoins are getting squeezed nasty. Bitcoin dominance is starting to shoot up. I actually predicted this last week. You should go watch those other videos. I feel very good about that. A lot of other people weren't talking about this, but right now, overall, I want to give you guys the perspectives on the market, what the charts are saying, and exactly what you need to be doing. Let's jump into it. So guys, Bitcoin's below 100,000. Bitcoin dominance is starting to shoot back up, which we have been keeping up with, as well as the total 2 chart, which is starting to crash down nasty for our altcoins. Right now, we can see that in the markets, there has been over $1.1 billion in crypto liquidated, longs and short positions. You can see all the different variations of liquidations that have been taking place, and everyone is pretty much going parabolic because altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy. And guys, you should not be selling right now. Everyone that's capitulating is everyone that wasn't aware of the FOMC meeting, as well as specific indicators around Bitcoin dominance and that total 2 chart. If you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you're aware of it. We've been, knowing that this is probably going to happen, and that's why I'm not really stressing out. Now, our altcoins are feeling the pain. My portfolio right now is down significantly, even though I'm still up quite nicely. Everything is down bad for the 7-day. Conducts 40%, Hash AI 31%, Destra 26%, and so on and so forth, guys. But right now, it's creating a lot of buying opportunity. Whenever we see red in the markets, there are 2 types of mentalities. One, you get freaking scared and you run off and you never want to see crypto again. And those are the retail investors, the people that don't know how liquidity shifts in the market and exactly when altcoin season is actually going to start. Then you have the other mindset people that understand exactly the, actual value of the coins that we're investing in, and understanding that people are capitulating on their bags. So we're coming in and we are buying at discounted rates. The only recommendation I have about dollar buying right now is dollar cost average. We could be still deviating much lower, or even just a little bit lower. So, I recommend to anyone that's jumping into the markets, if you have $1,000 to invest, recommend dropping $300 to $400, waiting a week or two, and then from there allocating more, just depending on how the market looks, or even in smaller increments. But that's what you should be doing right now, guys, with the dips that are taking place. The 2 sectors that I'm focusing on are the meme coin sector, which meme coins, guys, have been losing the spotlight to AI and utility coins like gaming and RWA. So I'm going to be looking for some new AI positions as well as some meme positions, and I'm going to be sharing that this weekend. But jumping back into what's going on in the markets and why everything is doing what it's doing, Benjamin Cohen jumps into exactly what happened last cycle and what's currently happening. He goes on to say, last cycle we saw Bitcoin dominance drop briefly in November of the halving year before one final surge by Bitcoin dominance in December/early January. Perhaps history is repeating. And guys, that's what I've been talking about on this YouTube channel. I pretty much studied the previous price action from the total 2 chart as well as Bitcoin dominance, just because these specific indicators and charts correlate to when we start to see altcoin season, as well as whenever Bitcoin is stealing all the liquidity in the market. And based off of what we saw on the previous price action, with also the chart that you're seeing on the screen right now, honestly, Bitcoin is probably going to have its time in the sun again, and as a result, altcoins are going to get squeezed. Now, is it going to play out exactly how 2021 went? No, I don't think it's going to play out exactly that way. But right now, everyone's talking about how Q1 is the quarter where we're going to start to see crazy shifts for Bitcoin into altcoins. More than likely in that, February mark, but we're all gonna see, guys. Just a minute also talks about how we doing, fam, and he talks about Bitcoin because he had drawn these specific trend lines with this pattern that we saw back in December 2023 moving into January of 2024, and it pretty much looks like we are setting up basically for that structure. It pretty much says probably too good to be true, but also too interesting not to share. This only happens if we see some key structures break, which we haven't yet. Excuse me, but now we have started to see them. He says the FOMC press conference is in 30 minutes, so this was all prior to, guys, to what was taking place. But now, if you look at exactly what Justin Bennett is talking about, this exact zone is starting to play out almost exactly the same. And if this goes exactly how we saw back in 2023, Bitcoin is going to shoot up. And as a result, altcoins are going to get squeezed. Now, the sentiment around altcoins, guys, is still the same. So you shouldn't be getting too scared, especially when a lot of big influencers and a lot of big analysts and traders in the market still have the same consensus and sentiment around altcoins. Zach talks about how AI on-chain holding well considering how ETH has been performing. When ETH does bottom and bounce, expecting on-chain to pump hard. Probably should start dollar cost averaging into on-chain coins while you can. And he is right, guys. My portfolio, like how I said, while it is down, a lot of these coins are still up very significantly as to where we saw them at the beginning of November. Condex was sitting at around 2 cents, a little bit less than 2 cents. Hash AI was sitting at 0.005, so half of what it's currently sitting at right now. Destra was sitting at like 19 cents, so everything is down. But if you had allocated previously, you're actually still up. That's why the consensus is still the same in the markets, but you should be dollar cost averaging, because more than likely those on-chain bags, AI utility coins, are going to rally super hard, and that's what I've been chilling on this YouTube channel. Miles Dutcher also says, I already have a crap ton of crypto exposure, but if I were completely sidelined right now, which if you guys are sidelined, you guys don't have any positions, this is the time to start looking at the markets. I'd be starting to ape in like a mad person. Bull market dips are blessings. Guys, whenever we see red in the markets, that goes back to what I said. There's two types of people. The one person runs away and never wants to see crypto or hear about crypto again. The other person loves whenever they see red, because it's more of an opportunity right before we actually see a huge run for altcoins. Now, Mustache also talks about exactly where we're at with Bitcoin and pretty much this specific indicator as to when you want to start buying altcoins, and pretty much that's right now. It pretty much says Bitcoin touches the 4-hour EMA 200 a bit below or right on the line, has been one of the last best entry opportunities in the past. Is it different this time? Now, it all varies, guys, depending on how you feel in the market and based off of everything that's currently going on. But with how liquidity is currently shifting with that total 2 chart as well as Bitcoin dominance, it's obvious that altcoins are getting squeezed, and you should be taking advantage of these dips. But that is currently what is taking place, guys. Altcoins are getting squeezed like nasty. We predicted this 2 weeks ago. I honestly could have sold a lot of my bag and made almost like double, maybe triple the profit, but I wasn't willing to take that risk because I also thought that we could have potentially ripped up even higher. So as a result, I didn't, take off that 20%, which if you go watch all my previous videos, I actually talked about it, which was really crazy. We could have made some crazy gains if you did rotate, unlike me. You did make some crazy gains, and congratulations. But guys, I want to go back over everything, talk about exactly what is going on, and then give you guys a consensus of what I'm doing and what you should be doing. So currently, right now, Bitcoin is trading below 100,000. Bitcoin dominance, though, is starting to shoot back up. Right now, we are starting to see altcoin investors capitulate their bags. You could tell with the total 2 chart, altcoins are getting squeezed like crazy just because right now liquidity shifts are happening, as well as huge events like the FOMC meeting that came out, which is having an effect on the overall markets. As a result, we are seeing a whole bunch of liquidations take place. Everyone that wasn't aware, unexperienced, traders in the markets, as well as people just trying to reduce the risk that they are seeing, just because we could be going a little bit lower. So a lot of liquidations are happening, but you should not be capitulating your bags, guys. We are semi-long-term investors. We are going to see altcoin season happen in the next few months. So you need to be right now holding strong and dollar cost averaging into those good projects. Right now, Benjamin Cohen also showed how Bitcoin dominance dropped briefly in November of the halving year, guys, back in 2021, and then shot up very significantly in that December, early January portion. He says perhaps history is repeating. Like how I said, it's probably not going to be exactly the same, but it is looking very similar. Justin Bennett drew these specific trend lines as to where we're going with that price action around Bitcoin, and honestly, it is starting to actually come into fruition based off of what's currently going on, as well as the news events that came out from the FOMC meeting. So as a result, Bitcoin is more than likely going to start running up a lot harder, which is going to cause alts to get squeezed even more significantly. Now, Zach is talking about how AI on-chain is holding well considering how ETH has been performing. And like how I said, a lot of my positions are actually still up significantly based off of where we were previously at the beginning of November. So right now, as he says, when ETH does bottom and bounce, he's expecting on-chain to pump hard. So probably you should start dollar cost averaging into on-chain coins while you can. Miles Dutcher also gives the same opinion, how he already has a crap ton of crypto exposure, but if you were completely sidelined right now, this would be the point to start aping like a mad person. Bull market dips are blessings. Mustache also talks about the price action around Bitcoin, and due to this specific zone, it's kind of letting us know that altcoins are at a great buying time. At the end of the day, the main sectors I'm focusing on right now is the AI sector as well as the meme sector. These are the two sectors that have been outperforming all sectors in this 2024-2025 crypto bull run. So I recommend you guys focus on these sectors as well as others like gaming, RWA, and a few others that I didn't touch on. But that is currently what's going on, guys. A lot of dips in the market, a lot of different rotations, liquidations, just pretty much based off of the trader in mind. You know, retail investors are getting squeezed out right now just because they do not know how liquidity shifts in the market. They aren't aware of specific events like the FOMC meeting. They aren't following amazing people like Playboy G that's pretty much keeping you up to date on the day-to-day events. So at the end of the day, guys, right now we're seeing a lot of dips, a lot of red in the market, but people like you and people like me, this is where we start to dollar cost average, just because once Bitcoin has its time in the sun, it starts to run back up because Bitcoin dominance is going to run back up. It's going to top back out. And once it tops back out, it's going to crash back down significantly. And anyone that has been allocating to altcoins is going to see some crazy green in their portfolio. But overall, guys, this is where you have to start doing your own, you know, analysis, exactly what you want to do based off of the markets. Right now, I'm dollar cost averaging into a few different positions, and I'm actually going to be adding some new positions. I'm going to be updating my portfolio this weekend, and I'm going to be sharing it with y'all, letting you guys know exactly what I am holding and what I would like to hold. I want to make a new updated video around meme coins and AI coins, as well as overall what you need to be doing in the crypto markets with everything that's going on. But if you're new to my channel, guys, go and check out the rest of my content. Intermediate trader, documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated in the crypto markets, and overall just showing you guys how, you know, rotations happen, liquidations, and exactly the sentiment that's taking place in the market and how you guys can be aware of it and overall just use it to your advantage. Right now, a lot of people aren't aware of what's going on. A lot of people aren't aware of how rotations and, you know, specific liquidity shifts in the market. So if you don't have that information, you're really shooting in the dark and you're just afraid because you're altcoin and portfolios look like they want to jump off a cliff. But overall, guys, I drop daily content, so stay tuned. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events around Bitcoin, around altcoins, the sentiment in the crypto markets, and exactly what you should be doing and exactly what I'm doing. None of this is financial advice by any means. I'm just documenting my journey to just to show people exactly what is possible and to entertain everyone as well. But new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of my perspective. We're starting to build a community on this channel, so I really appreciate all the support. And yeah, I drop daily content, so hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.